Buongiorno e benvenuti cari amici. My name is Giovanna and I welcome you to my kitchen on the cliff. Today, as we come close to Valentine's Day, we're going to make a soup that is called Italian wedding soup. We call this soup brodo con pastina e pallottoline. And this is chicken broth, a good chicken broth, with very, very tiny meatballs the size of marbles and pastina. Today we're going to make what I call processor pastina, which is delicious. It takes no time to make, and if you make it once, you'll make it over and over again. These recipes can be found in my book, Sicilian Feasts, and many, many other recipes from Northern Italy can be found in my other book, The Cooking of Emilia-Romagna, also a wonderful cuisine, as is the cuisine of Sicily. If you would like to make the chicken broth yourself, I have a recipe for chicken broth, which will be linked to this video. We're going to start with the pallottoline, which means the little balls. We take pride, cooks take pride in having pallottoline that are all the same size, the size of marbles. The ingredients for the meatballs are a half a pound of veal, and if you don't want to use veal, you can use certainly beef. Actually, you can use beef or pork. To that, we will add breadcrumbs, grated cheese, 1 egg, 1 clove of garlic, and a good amount of parsley. Let's begin to mix our ingredients with impeccably clean hands, of course. So we're going to add 3 tablespoons of breadcrumbs to our meat, 3 tablespoons of grated cheese, we're going to add a clove of garlic. I'm going to chop my garlic directly into the bowl. So we cut it in one direction, we cut it in the other direction, and now as we slice it, we chop it at the same time. You see, because it's been pre-cut, it slices into a nice, finely chopped piece of garlic. You can use 2 cloves of garlic if you like. Now we're chopping the parsley again directly into the bowl. You see, you kind of bunch the parsley with the left hand and you cut it with the right hand, and it comes out quite nice, nicely cut. Now we're going to add a half a teaspoon of salt, more or less if you like. And lastly, the egg. And we're going to use the best tools in the kitchen, hands, as long as they're freshly washed, of course. Since eggs are different sizes, sometimes it's larger, sometimes it's smaller. If you find that it's very wet as a mixture, just add a little bit more breadcrumbs. This is the point when you invite your children and grandchildren to make the meatballs, because it's a lot of fun to do, and it's a way of teaching the little tricks that we all know. Now I invite my daughter, Nicoletta LaMarca Sacco, who is going to help, as she did when she was little, and she's turned into a very, very fine cook herself. Ciao, benvenuta.
Grazie.
Now that we have my champion cook daughter, we're going to make pallottoline.
Pallottoline, forza.
Piccole, piccole, piccole.
Molto piccole. Questo basta per 4. So this is called Italian wedding soup, and it is actually a mistranslation of minestra maritata. In culinary, marriage of flavors means flavors marry together. So, for example, marinating a salad with olive oil, if it has tomatoes, basil, maybe oregano, and mozzarella, those flavors marry if you let it sit for half an hour or an hour before serving. And the reason that this soup is so rich and satisfying and nutritious is that the meatballs cook in the broth, adding more flavor and nutrition to the broth. And that is how the marriage of flavors comes into the name. But soup is never served at Italian weddings.
Yes, the marriage of flavor is only the fact that the ingredients that you use in the soup go well together. And by going well together, I mean, as Nicoletta said, that the broth is greatly enriched by these meatballs. This is a soup that satisfies many, many tastes. For Nicoletta's birthday, she invited her little friends from preschool. I made a tureen of this wonderful soup. So I started serving it, and one child said, I only like Campbell soup. Okay. So I ladled some of this soup, and she didn't say anything else. The next one said, oh, I don't like meatballs. Okay, so I avoided the meatballs. Somebody else said, I only like the pasta. Well, I gave everybody what they requested because it was easy to do. And at the end, they all loved it, they all ate it, and they were all satisfied. We've made the pallottoline. Now these go into the refrigerator until we're ready to put them into the broth. So the pallottoline are in the refrigerator, and now we're going to make the pastina. And you will see that it is the easiest thing you've ever made. And this can be added to any soup. Anything that requires pasta, you can add this and it'll be delicious. In general, it's 3/4 of a cup of flour to 1 egg. So first we begin with 1.5 cups of flour. You know, we level, of course. Pinch of salt. Now we're going to add the 2 eggs. Always crack the egg on a flat surface, otherwise you might get shell in your food. If the dough doesn't come together immediately, you can add water 1 tablespoonful at a time. So here's 1 tablespoon, let's see what happens. We're going to put another tablespoon of flour. We're going to add flour 1 tablespoonful at a time and pulse it, because what we're trying to do is the dough is now made, but we want to break it down. We're going to add flour. Now we're going to pulse it. Pulsing controls the size of the granules of the pasta. So if you're putting this into, say, a lentil soup, you want it to be larger. You want the granules to be larger. If you're doing it in chicken broth, it should be smaller. If you want it finer than that, just a few more pulses. If you want it thicker like this, as I said, if you're making lentil soup, it's wonderful to have the chewy bits of pasta. Now we're going to put the broth on. If you need a recipe for the broth, there is one in the cookbook, Sicilian Feasts, and of course there's a video in Kitchen on the Cliff. So go to either place and you will find a recipe for the chicken broth. We're ready to finish the soup, so we're going to give 2 pulses to this to be sure that the granules are all separate. Okay? 3. All the granules are loose. The broth is boiling. We're going to just put it all in. And since the pasta and the pallottoline will cook at the same time, we just put the pasta in, give it a swirl, and now we're going to put, look at that. I mean, this is really, these are beautiful. We're going to let it come to a boil, and after it does that, we're going to cook it for 5 minutes. This is fresh pasta, doesn't need to cook more than that. But do bring it to the boil first, before you count. It's already boiling. It's been 5 minutes, the meatballs are cooked, the pasta is cooked, and everything is perfect. Now we're ready to serve our pastina in brodo con pallottoline. A hearty, yet delicate, delicious dish. Buon appetito!
Be sure to subscribe if you're not already a subscriber.
Enjoy this hearty soup all winter, but especially on Valentine's Day.
This is the ultimate comfort food. Have it often because it's delicious, it's nutritious, and it makes everybody happy.
It's fun to make the tiny meatballs, and it's fun to make the pastina too.
Don't wait for Valentine's Day to make it. You can make it any time of the year.
Thank you so much for watching. Happy Valentine's
Happy
Day!
Valentine's Day!
Ciao, arrivederci cari amici, alla prossima volta.
Ciao!